Scytl, that's a place where all of this information was cycling through. Not supposed to, but it was. And actually, there was a German that, as I was told, there was a tweet in German from Germany that the U.S. Army had gone in and seized the Scytl server. They're going through bankruptcy right now. So there's all kinds of games being played. And I had suggested that the president might get information from Scytl, and the next day before, and I sent him specifics that he needed to get that would show a lot of fraud. And the next day before that information could be gotten, somebody ordered the U.S. Army, according to the tweet, to go in and seize the server. There are people involved inside the government that have been trying to take this president down, State Department, Intel community, and FBI.
Sunday, I had information from some of our former Intel people that there was extremely compelling evidence that could be gleaned from Scytl, that's Scytl. That's a company headquartered in Barcelona, Spain, that was responsible for aggregating all the information from all the machines and whatnot. But now the main headquarters had moved to Frankfurt. You know, Frankfurt, where Merkel in Germany has said the day after the election that Trump needed to go ahead and concede. Well, they're going through bankruptcy, but that information as to how many votes were switched from Republican for Democrat would have been easily established from the information that Scytl gathered, and you know what were the votes going in and which ones were changed going out. And he said, "Can you send me exactly the information we need to gather?" And so I got that information and sent it in the wee hours Monday morning. And before he would have had a chance to make a request to get any of that information, it turns out that I don't know the truth. I know that there was a German tweet in German saying that on Monday, U.S. Army forces went into Scytl and grabbed their server. There's some that believe this is the U.S. intelligence that manipulated all this in order to cover their own rear ends. But it's a little disturbing to just contemplate how corrupt the government has gotten with the whole Russia hoax, the framing of Mike Flynn, and so many others, Carter Page, Papadopoulos. So this is a desperate time for our country when those that are entrusted.
Scytl company website crashes. Company reportedly released statement, refuting reports of U.S. raid in Germany. On Friday, Representative Louie Gohmert told Chris Salcedo on Newsmax that people on the ground in Germany report that Scytl, which hosted elections data improperly through Spain, was raided by a large U.S. Army force and their servers were seized in Frankfurt. Our intel source said there was truth to the report. But earlier today Scytl reportedly said the alleged reports were not true. Currently, 9:15 ET Saturday AM, you cannot access the website. It crashed. It's not a very good sign when an elections solutions website crashes. And their motto is "We power elections," maybe not. Here is the Scytl statement, from what we gathered on the internet. If this is not accurate, we will update when the site goes back up. The technologies implemented by Scytl in the US are both hosted and managed within the US, by a local subsidiary, So Software, based in Tampa, Florida. We do not tabulate, tally or count votes in the US. We do not provide voting machines in the US. We did not provide online voting to US jurisdictions for the US elections. We do not have servers or offices in Frankfurt. The US Army has not seized anything from Scytl in Barcelona, Frankfurt or anywhere else. We are not owned by George Soros and have never been connected to him. We are not tied to Smartmatic, SGO, Dominion or Indra. The US government, once they determined that this Dominion server was involved in switching votes, then the intelligence community began a search for the server and discovered that the server was in Germany. In order to get access to that server and have it available for use in a legal manner, they had to have the State Department work in tandem with the Department of Justice. They had to request that the government of Germany cooperate in allowing this seizure of this server. The appropriate documents required to effect that kind of seizure were put in place, signed off on, and it appears there was also US military support in this operation. The US military was not in the lead. But this helps explain why Espo was fired and Miller and Kash Patel were put in place, so that the military would not interfere with the operation in any way. By getting a hold of the server, they now are going to have the direct evidence of when they were instructed to stop counting. They will also discover who gave the direction to stop counting and who initiated the algorithm that started switching votes. The CIA was completely excluded from this operation.